The alarm didn't scream. It pulsed low, surgical, like a heart monitor losing. Patience. I was already awake. The water outside my windows was black glass, unbroken. The city holding its breath. When my phone vibrated across the marble counter, I didn't flinch. I already knew it wouldn't be a stranger. Sir, the guard whispered as if the walls were listening. Your sister is here with movers. She says you need to vacate. Says she owns the place. I lifted my mug, felt the warmth steady my hand, and watched my reflection bend in the coffee surface. Let her in, I said. I smiled before the line went dead. She was about to find out. The elevator. Cameras flickered on my tablet. 6 movers, 2 clipboards, 1 Cistern A. Linen coat she couldn't afford. She stood too straight, jaw set like she'd rehearsed victory. The lobby smelled like citrus cleaner and entitlement. I muted the feed and waited. Silence is louder when you know what's coming. She'd always hated silence. The knock came precisely 90 seconds later. Not hesitant, declarative. She thought confidence was the same as power. I didn't answer. I let her knock again, harder this time, until irritation cracked the polish. When I finally opened the door, she was already mid-sentence. You can't just, she stopped when she saw my face. Calm unsettles. Liars. I stepped aside. She walked in like she belonged there, fingers brushing the art, eyes inventorying. The movers hover behind her, unsure. I noticed her gaze linger on the harbor. View, the same view I'd saved for 10 years to afford. She took a breath like she was already standing in my shoes. This won't take long, she said. I have paperwork. So do I said, and closed the door. We stood there, the condo humming softly around us. The fridge clicked, the tide shifted. She placed her folder on the table with ceremony. I didn't reach for it. I poured myself more coffee. That was when I saw the flicker, annoyance, then doubt. She hated when I didn't react. She used to read me bedtime stories when we were kids, taught me chess, told me patience was how smart people won. Funny, what lesson survived betrayal? It didn't start with theft. It started with favors. I'll handle the paperwork. I'll talk to the lawyer. Trust me, I did, because she was blood, because she was older, because when our parents died, she held my hand and promised we'd protect each other. The signs were small, a delayed email, a meeting rescheduled without me, a bank alert dismissed as a glitch. I told myself I was being paranoid. That's how betrayal grows inside your need to believe, until the night I couldn't access my own account. I didn't confront her. Then I watched. I listened. I learned. I pulled records she didn't know existed. Quiet, filing, side conversations. Her voice on a voicemail she thought she'd deleted, talking about temporary possession and moving fast before he notices. I noticed everything. I let months pass. I let her think she was ahead. I corrected nothing. Silence sharpened me. Across the table, she slid the folder toward me. The deed was amended. You signed off. I have witnesses. I finally looked at her, really looked. The faint tremor in her hand, the way she wouldn't meet my eyes. You forged my signature, I said. Not a question. She laughed too quickly. Don't be dramatic. I tapped my tablet. The screen lit up. A video, her face clear. As morning signing my name while explaining to the notary that I was out of the country and unreachable. Timestamp geotagged, backed up in 3 places. The room changed. Temperature. The movers shifted. One of them swallowed. You shouldn't have come. Here, I said softly. She lunged for the tablet. I pulled it back. Sit, I said. She did. Power isn't volume. It's gravity. I laid it out piece by piece. The shell company she used to funnel. Funds. The attorney she'd bribed now. Cooperating. The amended deed voided by. A judge who didn't appreciate fraud. Before sunrise, the security guard she'd tried to bully, now my witness. Her face. Emptied. No tears, just calculation. Failing in real time. You planned this. She whispered. Yes. The police arrived. Quietly. Professionals appreciate. Preparation. As they escorted her out, she looked back once, eyes wild, searching for something. Mercy, maybe? I gave her nothing. Justice doesn't beg. The movers left without touching anything. The condo settled again. The sun finally broke the horizon, bleeding, gold across the water. I sat where she'd stood, breathed where she'd schemed. I felt lighter, not because I'd won, but because I'd finished something. Betrayal teaches you who you are when love runs out. I learned I'm patient. I learned I don't need to raise my voice. I learned that timing is a blade best kept hidden until the moment it's needed. I washed my mug. The alarm reset itself. The harbor kept moving. And for the first time in a long while, so did I.